Alpha Canine Professional offers part-time and short intensive dog trainer courses that provide trainees with unique opportunities and hands-on experiences that just aren't offered on any other course in our industry. At Alpha Canine Professional, we believe that dog trainers need to be taught methods that are positive, effective, practical, and above all else, relevant to the prevention or, if required, rehabilitation of serious canine behaviour. We also believe that the use of food bribes during the obedience training or rehabilitation process is the cause of many serious canine behavioural issues that are inadvertently allowed to develop as the pup or dog matures due to the lack of any effective or positive correction process. For example, the behavioural problem shown here is common for many dogs and can lead to much more serious issues, including aggression to visitors and people in general. But the simplistic approach from the popular food bribing methods is to restrict the dog's access to the window so it can't see or react to the stimuli outside. This amounts to little more than hiding the problem, and a true solution is never demonstrated. On Alpha Canine Professional courses, we teach trainers how to apply Alpha's reinforcement contrast effect and reset learning principles to achieve realistic results and positive outcomes that are not only relevant to the dog's behaviour, but they occur right before the owner's eyes, empowering the owner to take positive control if and when required. After applying contrasting corrections to the unacceptable behaviour, the dog calmly offers a much more acceptable alternative that is reinforced by varying tones of good girl that have been clearly taught during the leadership obedience training process. This is Alpha's canine good behaviour shaping in action.
Good girl. Good girl.
The trainee here is learning to apply the same principles mentioned previously, but in a more serious scenario where her dog is actively chasing the sheep. This video shows the before and after behaviour from a 10-minute rehabilitation session. As you can see, the dog is listening and relaxing around the moving sheep, and although it is the first session, it is a great beginning to the rehabilitation process. All dogs need to be taught to listen to their owners when in drive or distracted, and dog trainers need to learn and experience methods that actually work in real time and achieve real results. On Alpha Canine Professional courses, trainees are continually exposed to these dramatic results and learn the processes to make these positive outcomes a reality. In one short session, this dog is now in with the sheep and dealing with a situation that would have been impossible 10 minutes earlier. On all Alpha Canine Professional dog trainer courses, trainees are taught by experienced instructors who are active in the industry and who have successfully applied the methods being taught on thousands of dogs of varying age, breed and disposition. At Alpha Canine Professional, we only teach what we can prove, and we do this by explaining and demonstrating our methods in real time with our own well-trained and behaved dogs, or with the many dogs supplied for hands-on training throughout your course. Your instructors are ready to help at any time and can take the lead to show you exactly how the method works. If a dog is proving difficult to train or we notice incorrect technique whilst you practice, it is so much easier to demonstrate the correct way to do things when we have real dogs to handle. After being shown some of the finer points relating to correct timing and tone, these part-time course trainees continue to practice a very important stepping up exercise with their own dogs. By the end of their course, they will become confident and competent with all their handling skills.
Your adjustments should be critical while tuning with your fingers. Most of your lead hand.
Alpha Canine Professional is setting new industry standards by insisting that all trainees on all courses train their own dogs to a very high and reliable standard of both obedience and good behaviour under realistic distraction. We believe that all trainers and behaviours should be assessed on the standard of their own dogs as a reflection of their methods, ideals and ultimately their ability. We call this important industry standard leading by example. These trainees are attending an Alpha Canine Professional short intensive dog trainer course. Two of the trainers are from Australia and have brought their own dogs along to the course to learn how to train them to demonstration standard. The other two trainees are from Japan and Singapore, and due to Australia's strict quarantine laws, have been provided untrained dogs to use as their personal project dogs for the duration of the course. Teaching dogs reliable obedience under distraction is one of the most important aspects of the canine leadership system. Trust and leadership are now common ideals bandied around our industry, but I can assure you that within Alpha's methods, these concepts are measurable by outcome. They are not cliched terms that sound good, they are tangible outcomes that are fundamental to the focus behind the techniques and strategies applied within the methods. These concepts can be easily explained and demonstrated at any time during the obedience training, good behaviour shaping, or behavioural rehabilitation processes. Many trainers who have attended our courses are now able to take their own dogs with them into obedience classes, puppy sessions run at veterinary clinics, or into the homes of dog owners when they conduct private training sessions. They attain this standard because they learn from instructors who actively demonstrate this ideal during the course with their own well-trained and behaved dogs by their side in bustling and distracting situations. Just to put this point into perspective, we receive feedback from dog owners, virtually on a daily basis, who are seeking extra help because they have become frustrated or disenchanted with the advice they've been given by dogless experts. A lot of the advice given is cliched and based on unproven and incredibly dated methods. And the mere fact that these experts couldn't have their own well-trained and behaved dog with them for demonstration and distraction purposes exposes the fact that they probably haven't even validated these methods on their own dogs. To counter this growing problem, on our courses, trainees also validate the methods they are learning on many different dogs and in many different distracting training environments and scenarios. Alpha Canine Professional goes to great lengths to help trainees develop essential skill sets that will be relevant to them in the real world. We achieve this by providing our trainees with unique, hands-on learning opportunities that just aren't offered on any other dog trainer course, especially to the level of reality and relevance in relation to what they will experience when helping owners with problem dogs. By applying Alpha's leadership obedience method, hands-on and with many different dogs, trainees begin to develop a genuine feel for and understanding of the important and consistent fundamentals influencing how a dog learns under distraction. Theory comes to life on our courses because what is taught during lectures is then applied during the many hands-on workshops. When training many different dogs varying in shape and size, and with behavioural issues ranging from fear or aggression to anxiety and overexcitability, our trainees develop a genuine ability to read, recognise, relate, and respond appropriately to dogs' behavioural responses in novel or challenging situations. This experience is invaluable and is so relevant to being able to effectively help owners with their problem dogs. Canine good behaviour shaping is teaching dogs manners that really matter. Since 1996, Alpha has identified the common canine behavioural challenges that virtually all dogs throw at their owners, and in doing so, we've also found that shaping good manners is essential in both the prevention and rehabilitation of serious canine behavioural issues such as aggression, fear, anxiety, and overexcitability. We can prove these concepts quite easily, and owners never cease to be amazed at the positive impact of teaching their dogs manners. On all Canine Professional courses, our trainees are taught how to shape good behaviour with their own dogs, and with many different dogs in many different situations and locations. In 2011, Alpha Canine Professional built a specialist indoor training and behavioural observation complex at its full-time boarding and training centre. Through the use of video surveillance cameras and a 60-inch plasma screen, trainees are able to observe canine good behaviour shaping in action without influencing or distracting the dog during the process. The new building is climate controlled, so both the dogs and handlers are always comfortable, and it has many different training stages including a front entry, kitchen, hospital room for animal assisted therapy courses, a lounge and an indoor courtyard, just to name a few. As you can imagine, this gives us the ability to create home situations away from the home and allows your instructors to share their experiences by creating scenarios that are likely to be encountered by trainers when they start helping owners in their own homes. For those who work primarily in group training settings, the experience gained from these scenarios will help you to understand the likely issues affecting owners and their dogs away from obedience classes. This approach to professional dog trainer education is a first for our industry, and trainees really enjoy working with real dogs in these challenging and realistic scenarios. The indoor complex allows trainees to really test their dog's good behaviour in off-lead situations. As the course progresses, more and more training and interaction with project dogs is done off-lead. Trainees often bring their dogs into the multimedia classroom for lectures where they are expected to perform long drop stepaways with the random distraction of trainers and office staff entering and leaving the building, at times even stepping over the dogs just to get to a particular desk or filing cabinet. The off-lead control achieved at this stage of the course is relaxed and reliable under distraction. More importantly, the trainees at this stage are communicating clearly with all the dogs they work with to achieve exciting and positive results with the methods they have been learning. Towards the end of the course, trainees are taken out to the back paddock, over 5 acres of open space with sheep and ponies often running free. By this stage, the trainees know their dogs very well and are able to assess their strengths and limitations around the novel and stimulating distractions. One of the biggest challenges here is the extra distance for the drop stepaway exercise. However, the dogs have been taught well and take the challenge on with ease. And a close release. You can find out more details about our courses and download the free PDF information booklets at www.alphacanineprofessional.com.au.